Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. Look, if you've spent way more time this week arguing with your autocomplete than actually writing functional code, well, you're absolutely in the right place. Today, we're unpacking exactly how to select the right AI coding assistant for your specific workflow in 2026. If you've been wondering how to navigate this rapidly shifting landscape of dev tools without losing your mind, we're going to cut right through the noise and figure out exactly what tool you should be using. Okay, let's just quickly run through the agenda. We're going to hit 1. The AI coding revolution. 2. Meet the contenders. 3. Head-to-head performance. 4. How to choose. And 5. The final verdict.
Section 1. The AI coding revolution.
So, which AI coding assistant should you actually choose in 2026? I mean, AI isn't just some cute novelty anymore, right? It's literally the new baseline for how we build software. But man, the tool fatigue out there is so real right now, with endless tools promising the absolute world, claiming they'll write your code, fix those nasty bugs, and basically refactor your whole project while you're asleep. The biggest question for us developers is figuring out what actually fits into our daily flow. How do you select the AI tool that works for you and not against you? Let's figure out how to stop fighting our tools and pick the one that genuinely complements the way you already work.
Because we've officially crossed over into the era of autonomous software engineering. We're talking about a massive shift away from manually banging out every single bracket and semicolon. Instead, we're collaborating with AI assistants that actually grasp the deeper requirements of your project. It's a complete paradigm flip. The AI isn't acting like a glorified, super-fast typewriter anymore. It's an active, intelligent collaborator that can literally complete entire features for you end-to-end. Crazy, right?
All right, Section 2, meet the contenders. When you look at the current landscape, you'll see 3 totally distinct philosophies for getting work done. As you can see broken down by their core features here, we've got OpenAI Codex, which acts as your autonomous engineer, Cursor, your blazing fast daily driver right inside the IDE, and Claude Code, which steps in as the heavy lifter for really complex reasoning. Their interfaces, their core strengths, learning curves, and ideal users, they're all completely different. So when selecting your AI tool, you really got to look at these specific categories to see which philosophy matches up with your daily habits.
But before we break down the tools one by one, we have to acknowledge this foundational shift. We're moving away from traditional autocomplete, where an AI basically just guesses your next 10 words based on the immediate context, and we're moving toward autonomous agents. This is a huge, game-changing leap. We aren't just getting inline suggestions anymore. We're now working with agents that can actually map out complex logic flows, plan out multiple steps, and execute all of that across hundreds of different files in massive repositories.
All right, so let's look at our first big contender, OpenAI Codex. Honestly, you should think of Codex less as a standard text editor and more like, say, a junior backend developer you just brought onto the team. It is fantastic at multi-step autonomous tasks. You give it a broad directive, and it just goes off and generates production-quality code to get it done. The trade-off, though? Well, you do lose some of that visual comfort of a standard IDE. Because of that, it's got a medium learning curve and is definitely tailored more toward experienced professional devs who know exactly how to guide it through those messy back-end complexities.
And look, this isn't just some niche trend. As Business Insider points out, recent enterprise adoption really reflects this massive growing demand for autonomous workflows. We're seeing huge organizations actively deploying these autonomous capabilities. They're ramping up their use of Codex to run entirely in the background, independently churning through those extensive, time-consuming tasks. And that frees up the human developers to focus their mental energy on the higher-level system problems.
Then we have Cursor. If Codex is your independent background agent, Cursor is absolutely your hypercharged daily driver. It sits right inside a familiar VS Code environment, which means the learning curve is basically 0. It's wildly fast, it supports multiple AI models, and the autocomplete is just exceptional. It's super beginner-friendly and built purely for speed. But because it completely relies on you staying right there in the driver's seat, it's not really going to handle those massive hands-off refactors entirely on its own.
Scrimba actually hit the nail on the head here. They noted that many developers choose Cursor because it just feels like using a familiar IDE but with powerful AI built right in. If your main priority for selecting a tool is ease of adoption and getting that immediate productivity boost without having to completely rewire your muscle memory, Cursor is a total no-brainer. It seamlessly enhances your existing workflow. It feels exactly like the editor you're probably already using, just supercharged.
And finally, there's Claude Code.
Now, Claude trades away that raw interactive typing speed for some incredibly deep architectural understanding. It is an absolute powerhouse for untangling messy legacy code, generating vast amounts of documentation, and making sure that a change you make in one file doesn't just randomly break a convention in 50 others. The flip side? Well, that deep reasoning takes time. Plus, its usage limits can occasionally be a bit restrictive, making it noticeably slower than Cursor if you're just looking for rapid, iterative editing.
As Huibu Nyar points out, many experienced developers actually value it specifically for that long-form reasoning, rather than just generating code quickly. Think about it. When you're making major decisions that affect the core architecture of your app, you don't really want a tool that just types fast. You want a tool that thinks deeply. You need accuracy, deep context, and thoughtful planning, and that is exactly where Claude Code shines brightest.
Moving on to Section 3, Head-to-Head Performance.
When we actually stack them up head-to-head, a really clear picture emerges. There is absolutely no silver bullet here. Selecting your AI tool ultimately means choosing your trade-offs. For speed, Cursor dominates that interactive, day-to-day typing, while Codex wins out for autonomous, background feature implementation. For user experience, Cursor gives you that warm, comfortable, immediate IDE feel, whereas Codex is optimized for you assigning a massive task and literally walking away. And for code quality, Claude Code easily takes the crown for meticulously explaining decisions, spotting those weird edge cases, and keeping your architecture strictly consistent across the board.
All right, Section 4, How to Choose. So how do we actually match these tools to your day-to-day reality? Well, you're going to want to choose Codex if you're an experienced developer handling heavy backend systems and production software. If your absolute dream workflow is writing a prompt that says, hey, build this database migration and run the integration tests, and then you physically walk away to grab a coffee while the AI does all the heavy lifting, yeah, Codex is definitely your pick. On the flip side, choose Cursor if you basically live inside VS Code and want the smoothest, fastest, inline iteration possible. Whether you're a beginner just learning the ropes, or maybe a founder sprinting to build a startup MVP over a weekend, if you want to stay firmly in the driver's seat of your editor and feel like you have literal superpowers, Cursor is for sure your best bet.
But what if you're managing a massive, super complex legacy repository? That's when you're going to want to select Claude Code. If you need an AI that can deeply review overarching conventions and explain the architectural why behind a system before you dare make a sweeping change, Claude is going to be your best friend. It is absolutely indispensable for high-stakes software reviews.
And finally, Section 5, the final verdict.
The reality of 2026 actually brings us to a pretty fascinating conclusion about modern software development. You don't actually have to choose just one. Professional teams are now doing what's called tool stacking to cover the entire development lifecycle efficiently. It's almost like a three-step modular process. Step 1, you write your daily code and iterate super quickly using Cursor. Step 2, you deploy Codex in the background for the autonomous implementation of your major backend features. And Step 3, you bring in Claude Code to review that overarching architecture and debug those really complex systemic issues.
And recent archive studies back this up perfectly, noting that, quote, no single agent dominates every task type. Selecting your AI tool isn't about finding some benchmark high score to rule them all. It's really about recognizing the specific strengths of each contender and building a customized, modular stack of agents that fits exactly how you prefer to build software.
So as you rethink your own coding workflow today and figure out how to select your ideal setup, I want to leave you with this thought. With these tools acting as highly specialized collaborators, rather than just simple text predictors, how is your own professional identity going to shift as you move from writing raw code to managing a team of autonomous agents? It's a pretty fascinating new frontier. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, good luck building your perfect AI workflow.